y'all work on EdPuzzle?
Thank God, no, but I think we're gonna learn that.
No, they're kind of like,
All right, guys, thank you for coming today. We are going to introduce y'all to EdPuzzle. Thank y'all for coming and spending your afternoon with us. We really appreciate it.
Yes. EdPuzzle is a website, but it's also an app, so you can create your account on the computer, but then your students could use it on an app. Our objectives today are to introduce the basic features of EdPuzzle, get you comfortable with it, understand how we can implement it in our classroom, learn how we can use it to differentiate, and then create an account and an interactive lesson. This is just a quick little overview of what EdPuzzle is.
With EdPuzzle, you can make any video your lesson.
As you can see, this is exactly where we're headed. This is what we're working on in social studies and science as well, just pulling those small groups, but giving our children things that they can use and do on their own, but still having the power to assign it. And that's what EdPuzzle allows us to do, which is really helpful. It allows us to create things, but still monitor our students' progress as they're working. So they're not just on YouTube or Khan Academy looking up things that we might not want them looking at. We have them locked in a place. And they're still held accountable for what they're looking at.
Right, and as Christy was saying, EdPuzzle allows you to do a lot of the things that sites like YouTube and Khan Academy and stuff does, but you can also crop the video. I know a lot of times I might want to share a part of the video with my kids. Now you can do that. You can crop it. You can add audio notes, which is good for little ones like I have. You can add social media content, and it's graded for you. It does the work for you. You don't have to go grade anything. And you can search for many videos at a time, and this is my favorite part. They can't skip it, so they can't like fast forward to the end of the video and say they watched it. Also, they can't go on until they answer the question, which I love. Okay, so now we were just gonna go ahead and create our account. So if you just Google EdPuzzle, and we'll just take about 5 minutes to create our account. Or if you would like, but you don't have to, because we're gonna show you a lot of stuff about it. So there's an option to import from Google Classroom, so that's why I asked you that, which is a lot easier than if you have than adding the kids one at a time. Okay, we hope that you had time to create your account and search through it a little bit. We've got a few short little clips that show you how to create the videos, how to trim them, how to share them in EdPuzzle. So this is how to search. You can be specific if you want from a certain site, or if you just type it in, it'll search from all of them. So that's pretty self-explanatory. You can just type in anything like fractions, nonfiction text, living and non-living things, and if you just search in the search bar, it will search all of these sites. But if you just want something from Khan Academy, you can click on Khan Academy and it'll only pull that stuff up. This was the thing I was excited about, the cropping, because some YouTube videos are really long and I don't have forever for them to watch them, so this is how you can crop. So it's really simple. You just click on the scissors, they're the little crop tool, and you can crop the beginning or the end, either one.
I'm going to show you my account, just what it looks like. So what I've done is I've gone in and I've made a class for each of the classes that I teach. So I have my Math GT, my Math Morning, my 2 science classes. And I've gone and pulled videos based on what we're teaching, what our standards are. And just as an example, just to kind of show you what it looks like when you have your members, and how the students join is if you have invited students. And you can give them this code in Google Classroom, so when you assign it, you can either copy the link in, or you can give them this code to join. There's also an option if you want it when you add your students to connect to Classroom. And this is supposed to allow you to import them right from Google Classroom. Mine did not work. I don't know if it's because of where we are in the building. Lindsay's did. She was able to just import her students from Google Classroom. For some reason, mine wouldn't. I don't know if there's a setting on my computer, but for some reason, mine wouldn't. So I just had to assign it. So when I went into my Google Classroom and I gave them the assignment, I just had to put the link. So then they can click on it and go right into it from here. So that's how we would share it, but that's how you would get your students in there. So you don't have to give, the good thing about EdPuzzle is you don't have to give them another password to learn. That's one of the things that I really like about it. It's not another password for them to learn. They join it one time just like Google Classroom, and then they're in there. If you look on your videos, if you look in your search, you'll notice that some of them have these scissors, and some of them have the question mark. And the question mark means that the questions are already put in there for you. So that's one less thing that you have to do. That's is to come up with questions. You can go ahead and use the ones that are assigned. So you might just want to click on it, and what you can do is click on the video if you want to see if you like your questions. And you can slide over, and it'll give you the questions that are already put in place. And if you can check each one. And if you want to change the questions, what you would do is you would hit use it. And then you can edit whatever's down here. So the scissors are your cropping tool. This one's already been cropped, and that's what the scissors mean. But you could crop it even more if you just wanted to use maybe 30 seconds of it. And then if you want to change a question, you would just click on the question and you would edit it. So this one is a place value that I've already done. And if you click on progress, it'll show you who's worked on it, who's logged in and worked on it already, and how many questions they've answered, how many they got wrong or right, and how many days ago they did it. And then if you click this right here, and for example, this child only got 40 out of 100, and you want them to do it again, you just hit the reset, and then when they log back in, it'll reset their question, so they'll have to do it again.
Now that you've had some time to explore, make your account, look through it, we want you to make your first video because we want this training to be useful for you, and hopefully you'll leave here with something you can actually use in your classroom. So take about 15 minutes and explore and try to make something that you could really use.
You have a picture
Yeah.
and then you hear me reading it.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
And then you could embed your questions in, and you could even read the
And
question.
then I'll through.
That's a good idea. I like it.
And this link is emailed to y'all, and if you at just some time will just click on the link and fill out, it's just 3 questions. How do you plan on using EdPuzzle? Was this beneficial? And did you like the staff development?
Yeah.
So if you don't mind doing that at some point.
Well, thank you all for coming today and giving us your time. We hope you've enjoyed your training, and we hope that you've been introduced to the basic features, understand how to implement it in your classroom, learned how to differentiate, and created your first lesson. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank y'all very much.
Yeah.